a human being, regardless how long the person will live, have no escape from death, which means to transfer from the home of action to the home of reward. Grave is the first station to the hereafter. It is a duty upon the Muslim towards the other Muslim to visit him when he falls sick and to follow his janazah if he pass away. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying in Surah Al-Jumu'ah, verse number 8, قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ مِنْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مُلَاقِيكُمْ ثُمَّ تُرَدُّونَ إِلَى عَالِمِ الْغَيْبِ وَالشَّهَادَةِ فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. Say, O Muhammad, indeed death, which you flee away from it, it will meet you with no doubt. Then you will be returned to the knower of the unseen and the present, and he will inform you concerning what you used to do. And Allah said in Surah An-Nisa, verse number 78, أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت ولو كنتم في بروج مشيدة. Wherever you're going to be, death will come and take over you, even if you are in a strong towers. Subtitle concerning ما يجب على المريض. What a sick person should do. A person who fall ill have to believe in the qadr of Allah, the fate, and to be patient with the decree of Allah, to have a good assumption about his Lord, and to be in a state of fear and hope. A sick person shouldn't be eager to die or calling for death, and it is incumbent upon him to fulfill Allah's duties over him and to pay the people its rights. And also it is incumbent upon the sick person to write his wasiyah, last will testament, and to give a wasiyah to those who did not inherit him, third of his property or less, which is better to be lesser than 1/3 of what he owed. Also it is recommended for him to take medicine and to cure himself with whatever lawful. And it is recommended for him to complain to his Lord Almighty Allah and ask him to heal him. So this is like an introduction before death. And what a person is supposed to do first is that you have to know that you're going to die. Doesn't matter if you're healthy or you're sick, you're old or you're young, where you live, if you're walking or you're in a car, death doesn't have anything to stop to reach to the person. But a person have to have certainty that he have to die, and death means to leave this life, which is life for planning for good deed, planting the good deed from salah, zakah, hajj, helping others, all these things called plantation, like a person who puts seeds in the ground. And moving from this life to the other life, which is the life that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it to be the home to be rewarded, but not the home for making any deed. And by entering the grave, that means this is your first station. This is your first station from the stations of the hereafter. If a person fallen ill, he have to be patient with his illness or her illness. Try to see a doctor. Try to be patient. Try to be in a state of hope in Allah that He give him recovery, and fear that he will die, and also that he will be questioning by Allah. Nevertheless, regardless how bad the illness, a person shouldn't be hoping for death. Because when you are alive, that means you are given opportunity to worship Allah more, which means to get more blessings. Nevertheless, when a person be in a state of sickness, that means he assumes that death is closer to him than any other time. Therefore, he have to try to fulfill his obligation towards Allah. So when the time for Salah comes, not to delay it. If he can fast, and it's time for Ramadan, to try to fast, not to delay any of the things that Allah makes obligatory. As for the Muslim community, that he owes him certain rights, he have to fulfill it. So if he owes somebody money, as example, he should try to hurry up and pay his debt. And if he had backbite to slander somebody, try to seek their forgiveness and pardon. Also, the person have to write his last will testament. That means if he owes somebody, he should record how much he owes him and how much to this person. If he wants to understand certain part of his property to be given to so and so, so he need to record all the things before he dies, especially if he feel ill. It is permitted for Muslims to seek healing of their illness, but not to take anything which has anything haram in it. Okay? So as example, drinking wine, if somebody prescribed it for him to be a healing, you could not do this. Alright? Or that somebody will give them a spiritual healing by reading on them, but things is from the Bible or from language that you don't know what they're talking about. Okay? All these things. And also he's supposed to be focusing on Allah more than any other time, and to be calling in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more than before. Subtitle concerning حكم تمني الموت. Is it permissible that a person be hoping for death? Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, said, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يتمنين أحد منكم الموت لضر نزل به، فإن كان لابد متمنيا للموت فليقل اللهم احيني ما كانت الحياة خيرا لي وتوفني إذا كان الوفاء خيرا لي. Anas, may Allah be pleased with him, saying that the Prophet ﷺ, none of you should hope for death due to some calamity had fallen on him. If you have to do so, that means the calamity or the illness is so much for you to take it, so you should invoke and say, "Oh Allah, keep me alive as long life is better for me. Cause me to die if death is better for me." Okay? So that means he will leave his matter to Allah, that Allah choose for him. So if the life is better, to keep him alive, and if death is better for him, so Allah will cause him to die. But Muslims shouldn't ask for death and call in Allah to cause him to die, because a possibility that being alive can be better for you. Of course, because you're going to make tawbah, you're going to be making salah, you're going to be helping people, you're going to do more good deeds. That means you're getting more blessings. Nevertheless, a Muslim should prepare for death. And also a Muslim, he or she always have to remember death. How we prepare for death? By trying to increase your tawbah from any bad deeds that you do, and preferring the hereafter over the temporary life. And also you should try get rid of all wrongdoing and any transgression against the people. Okay, this is the way how you prepare for death. You could not be taking the people property, selling, taking their rights, and after this is saying that ready for death. No. If you used to do things like this, now you return this property to the lawful owner. I'll also prepare for death by increasing your ibadah, and prepare for death by staying away from the haram. This is something that Muslim in general is supposed to be doing, regardless if he sick or healthy. Okay? That we always have to prepare by doing these things, and also it is a duty and recommended on the Muslims always to remember death. It is recommended that when somebody is sick, that we go visit the person who is sick, reminding him about making tawbah, and also reminding him to write his or her wasiyah if they did not have a wasiyah, last will testament, and also that he seek healing for or cure for his illness, especially with a Muslim doctor if there is one available. If not, and he trusts this person, he can go to him. Also, when you go to visit a sick person and you can see that he's about to die, to remind him about uttering ash-shahada, to say ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. To remind him to say la ilaha illallah, and also to make dua for him. And you are not supposed to be saying anything in his presence other than things is good. Another point concerning being there in somebody who's about to die, that is no harm for a Muslim to be there if there is a kafir about to die, for purpose of reminding him about Islam and asking him to utter the shahada. It can benefit him, even at the last moment, to try to tell him that you need to believe in Allah, the finality of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You should utter the shahada, say la ilaha illallah, things like this. What time? Okay, inshallah we're going to stop here. Again, our class starts at 7 o'clock, inshallah, every Tuesday, and this is the only class that's taking place now, so we should be concerned about attending it, inshallah. Thank you for being here. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik, nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk, and Allah knows best.